Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me well? All right, so I'm taking a bit of a more personal approach compared to Bani. First, I want to start by saying that every single person of us in this room is a change maker. Whether you own a business or you just own a smartphone, you are creating an impact in this world. And I used to think that the impact is minimum, right? Until I started reading things like the small plastic bag that we use for grocery for about 10 minutes needs 1,000 years or more in the environment to decompose. So no, the impact is not minimum, right? And it all starts with awareness. So once you are aware, you evaluate the impact that you have, and you set a vision for how you want to leave this world behind for your children, your grandchildren, and the future generations to come. You are thinking sustainability, which is one of the trendiest topics since 2015, when UNWTO launched the 17 Sustainability Development Goals, right? And as Tarek briefly mentioned in the beginning, sustainability is not about going green only. It's 17 pillars touching on society, people, community. And basically, small things that you can change on a daily basis have a huge impact. So my advice is for you to choose the things that drive you the most. And you start making those small changes. Examples like taking reusable bags to your grocery, or for example, empowering more women into the industry, buying from small businesses, buying local, all of that. Most importantly, I decided to work for a company that shares those same values. Because working in tourism has a huge impact. Tourism provides for 1 in 10 jobs worldwide, and it touches on every single pillar of sustainability. And I'm so proud to say that at IHG, apart from the clear journey to tomorrow that you keep hearing about, we also have partnerships like with artificial intelligence companies like Winnow, who provide solutions for the kitchens of the restaurants on how to manage your waste, right? And it's impressive to hear that in the last 2 years, we managed to save 500,000 meals from the bin in only 20 hotels. So can you imagine if we multiply that and we start by doing it on a personal basis? So in a nutshell, just to wrap up, I want to say that it's really important to take this thing personal, right? Speak louder about the topic. Don't be afraid. And just remind people that it's never too late to act on it. It's never too late to change where the world is heading right now. And just like Steve Jobs rightly says it, the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who actually do. That's it. Thank you.
There are definitely going to be questions.
Can you talk a little bit more about this AI integration which you have got, and how is it actually leading the change, and then where do you see that going?
Sure. So Winnow is a partnership that IHG made 2 years ago. Basically, it's based on artificial intelligence tools that track your waste in the kitchen. So for example, let's take oats as an example, right? You always have oats at the buffet and the breakfast of hotels. And a lot of wastage come from the buffet and the oats and get thrown in the bin. Winnow has tools that track the exact amount to help you estimate and forecast how much you need. One, to avoid wasting and throwing away this food, and two, also maybe some of those items from the buffet need to be taken away and be ordered à la carte, for example. So basically, it's not only about managing your waste, but it has proven to show higher profitability for restaurants and kitchens, which is also a very important part of hotels in those days.
So you spoke about waste there. Well, what's IHG doing in terms of actually sourcing your goods? So sourcing your food, locally sourced products. IHG hotels have a substantial volume. So how are you able to balance the substantial volume you need to provide with locally sourced goods?
Very good question. So, as you know, procurement tend to be centralized, right? And this is the misconception that a lot of people have and hotels used to have. We work with certain procurement companies just because globally you have accounts with them. At IHG, we don't do that. At IHG, we tried to localize the products as much as possible. So, for example, in Egypt, we use specific Egyptian soaps in the toilets. We use, for example, amenities from Egyptian companies. Same thing in Saudi Arabia. Wherever we have the opportunity to source up to the brand standards from local producers, we tend to really encourage this.
Again, I think we could ask a million questions here. Will you please make yourself available later in the networking area to make sure that people can inquire more about what you're doing?
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.